Hello and good morning, everybody. It's quite a surprise that I get to jump on this morning. This lighting is always bothering me. I want to talk to you guys about your energy fields and how important they are to cleanse and clean out. I love this water. So let me make sure, let me go to my computer. I'm so airy because I've been meditating all morning, so my energy is pulled all the way up. Very high vibrational stuff going on there. And it's so interesting. So when let me check this thing. Okay. When I am in meditation and I am really in my zone, my body sways back and forth and back and forth. It's uncontrollable. So the energy, it depends, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, but when you are pulling up energy, so the first thing I do when I go into meditation, I pull up energy. So I'm working with Mother Earth energy, and I allow it to come up through my crown chakra, and I keep repeating this over and over. So if you can visualize or imagine all of your energy being spiraled up through your head, you are literally taking Mother Earth's energy and pulling it up. And as you pull it up, you start to move because you're no longer grounded. And you start to get woozy, as I say it. And you may shift a lot. And, you know, people always say, well, how come I move when I meditate? And it's because you're elevating your frequency. So it's not grounded anymore in the physical body. Instead, it's moved all the way up, which is really, really cool. So I'm going to light some sage this morning, and I'm going to talk to you about your chakras, probably in a new way that you may have not known or been recognized to do. I just needed to do some sage really quick. Awesome. Okay. Good stuff. So when I have people who come in for sessions, they want so many different things. They want to get their life on track. They want to feel unstuck. They want to move jobs. They want to change careers. They want to find the right relationship that honors them and respects or may, increase things around them. And every time I see somebody, I have the same recommendation over and over. If you want to change your life, it is easiest to change your energy fields first. Okay, so if you change your energy around you, then you can actually change your life in the physical world. So although we think that we should start with that job that we have, or that boss that we have, or the relationship that we have that is not working for us, I'm here to tell you that you need to start with your energy fields first. So I'm going to show you, this is my one of my books for long distance, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's just a regular book. And I dedicated. So when you are working with the universe, or you're working with manifestation, you are always manifesting every time. I dedicated my book. This book is the book of clearing auras and chakras. So that's all this book is for. That's all I'm going to use this book. So when I get it, I know that pact with the universe, that's what I'm going to be. That's my intention, nothing else, okay? That's why I have so many different journals and things around. And then I start to go into people's fields, because I don't have, the physical person in front of me all the time. So I will actually draw out their fields, see where they're stuck at, and what they can do to move it forward. So this person, for example, at the end of their feet, it says blame, and he did it. So when I was in the foot chakra and I was going down, I had to release this energy because he had so much blame. Now again, it comes Energy starts in the field around us, in your aura. You are constantly exchanging information with spirit and with people in the living, and it's getting stuck into our field around us. And I really wish that we could embrace it and see it. A lot of times people who are not clairvoyants cannot see it. Do you ever, if you think about like when you turn on the TV, how does all that information get put into the TV? There's a million things that are in our air all the time that we cannot see. And it's the same thing with your aura. You are in constant exchange of information and energy through the aura field. So while you are doing that, even though you don't see it, we have to maintain it, cleanse it, and clear it. So if you want to change your, hi Bridget, if you want to change your job situation, if you want to change your financial situation, I'm here to tell you, you have to start in your field first, in the field that you cannot see. When Spirit is talking to us, universal, oh, stop it. That was so sweet of you. Thank you, Twinkle. When you are becoming more in alignment with the things that are going on, right? And you acknowledge it, you have to clear out your chakras daily. It's not just, oh, I don't know if anything's happening, what's going to become of this. Around this field, right around you, your physical body, is all of this information. So when I'm scanning people in session, I'm hearing, seeing, using our extra sensory perception to understand the information that is stuck and lodged within the field. Usually, when you are happy, you have the happiness come through you and you release it, right? If you had a happy moment, you don't hang on to happiness. But if you're angry, if you have resentment, if you are depressed, you hang on to those feelings because you didn't release it and let it go. Our body is supposed to, designed to have information come in and release. Come in and release. And what happens is it will get stuck in one area, right, where you have a weakness at, and it won't be released. So when I'm scanning people, I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing up your hurt, your pain, your because it's resentment, because it's stuck in that field and it's outside your body. If it manifests for too long and you keep continuing to be stuck on that, or if you want to change that job, or if you want to have finances and you keep butting heads and fighting with it, then it will turn into a physical problem. So for him, he had so much anger down here and blame for somebody else, and he's like, he did it. You might gonna have a foot problem. Like all of a sudden you'll be like, my foot is aching me and I don't understand why. And it's because there's always an emotional opponent to the spiritual component on the outside of it. So basically, this person, I just want to make sure I don't have any names. And they get crazier. Like as I look at them, this is actually me clearing them out. So when you see this, you might go, oh my goodness, what's wrong with that person? I'm actually just cleansing them out. So it's not anything like, terrifying on there. But let's see. Things went bad and I'm really mad. I am confused. Okay, so that's sitting in the heart chakra. Things went bad and I'm super, super mad. It's not the things that, I got an A on my test and it felt so good and that just comes through and leaves me. Instead, these are things that you hold on to that you haven't released. So clearing your aura out, clearing your chakras out every single day is key. And I promise you that if you do it at least for 1 week, just 1 week, you get up in the morning or at night, I don't care when you're doing it, and you take the time to cleanse and clear your chakras, you will notice a huge difference because you're giving more room. So if you think about this, your field is around you and you can't see it, right? But if you clear it out, it's giving space. When you have space, you can allow new information to come in. You're not holding on to it. So let me go to another one. Okay. sometimes when I'm actually doing work, I'm trying to look for this specific example that I can show you something. When it comes into you for too long, like here is, I don't want to get too personal, but you can get like through in here, when I see these kind of things, right, it becomes an intrusion. An intrusion has been there for a very, very long time. So intrusions, you get aura tears, you can get, it looks like blotches in your aura, and that's from information just being stuck there for a very, very long time. That's when I start to get concerned that it's going to come in. You can get intrusions from like outside sources. So if somebody is jealous about you, I might find literally a dagger in your aura. That's what I'm looking for, and have to pull it out. It comes in all different formats. But the more that you start to scan your energy fields, the more you will be aware of what's coming out and what's coming in. So while I'm scanning, I look for emotions that come up that I don't need, right? That I've been holding on to. Well, what is the problem with this? A lot of times we're trying to fix outside of us. We're trying to fix that person that you can't control, that situation that is out of your control. I had one the other night. It was so funny. I want to just tell you about it because hello Michelle. Hello Ash, what's up? The other night I had this session and it cracked me up, right? So I'm looking through his energy field and I was like, you're doing something, like you're so worried about other things that are out of your control and you don't know what to do about it. And I'm like going up and I'm just telling him the things that I see. And I said, it's out of your control. You can't step into it. You have no power over it. And it's actually ego versus ego. And you really need to release that. And he's like, Amber, I got nothing like that going on. I'm a really good guy. I think highly of people. I walk into work. I have my own business, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, there's something going on. It's power of the wills are like going back and forth. I can see it in your solar plexus and in your root chakra. Your root chakra feels completely helpless. And I don't want you to feel helpless. So what's going on? So he sat there and he thought about it for a minute. And he's like, you know what? I was up until 2 o'clock this morning. And I said, thinking about what? He said, our government. I was like, what? He's like, I am so upset about our government that I feel like it's out of my control and that the egos are just butting back and forth. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But that's stuck in your aura. Like that's stuck in your field. Can you do anything about it right now? No. Okay, let's clear it out. So you want to clear it out in order to make room for new things to come in, for new energy to come in. And what kind of energy do you want to have in your life? I would start to really be conscious of what you are creating every minute of the day, what's around you, what's going on, because we are leveling up, as I like to say it. Our conscious level is rising, so we have to be more aware of this stuff. We can't stay in this lower mind frame of he did this, I'm looking for this. You guys are manifestors, so you get to step into the power of being that. So clearing out your aura, clearing out your chakras is the way to start every single day. I don't care if you do it in the morning or if you do it at night. I like to do it with crystals, you guys know that. So I found, actually, I'm just going to show you. There's this is my favorite crystal for manifesting in general. And I want to say it's called a sea agate, but honestly, I could be wrong with that. Cherry blossom agate? I don't remember. But this guy right there, can you see it that way? That's like a little butterfly, right? See it? It looks like a butterfly. So I hold her and I bring up all of my manifestations of what I want to create. If something's not working for me, like let's say I'm having a bad week emotionally, then I'm going to use her on my sacral, and I'm going to bring in new vibrations. You have to release things as well. You can't just keep manifesting, I just want goodness all the time. You have to release the stuff that's really not working for you. And you have to be honest with what's not working for you. I also like to just hold her to manifest big things. Like I'm working with the Council of Light currently on a very big soul project of mine. So when I go into that, I use this one for manifestation, and I also use, can you guys see this one? This is white calcite. She has like a pretty little rainbow in her. Anyhow, and this is really good for astral travel, so if you want to. So I'm holding this one in one hand and this one in the other hand, and I'm saying, let's release the things that do not serve me, and let's bring in the light. Let's bring in the stuff that makes me feel really good. Give me some information, some downloads. So these are the two that I'm currently working with. I have another piece. This is another, can you guys see that? It's white calcite. It's clear calcite as well. She's so pretty. I have never worked with her. I've had her for years, and to be honest with you, I'm thinking about selling her because she doesn't, there's some crystals that I'm just drawn to. Like I like this one 10 times better than I like the other one, even though this one is super pretty and has tons of rainbows and is super nice. She's also super expensive, which is interesting. But anyhow, clear calcite, I would work with her. So I want you to clear out your chakras, that was my whole point, every single day, so that you can bring new information in. You can find out the things that you are holding on to that do not serve you. If you clear out your chakras every day and a person comes in for an energy healing session, I can read them so clearly because their energy is cleared. People who are a lot in their head, can't process things, their energy looks very like it has a bunch of different colors and different blocks everywhere because there's too much going on. Sometimes less is more. So if you want to change anything in your life, you need to start on the outside of your aura and through your chakras. I like doing it by using my pendulum, and I'm going to show you how I do my gingerbread, how I use my gingerbread person for everybody, which is really, really cool. This method I use when I'm doing long distance. This method I use when I'm clearing myself out. I don't have my colored markers, my colored crowns and things like that. I also use, they represent different things to me, but I'm going to show you like the first step of, if you don't like meditating, like a lot of people have a hard time meditating, that's the best way to cleanse and clear out your chakras is through meditation. Go to YouTube, Google 10-minute meditation, which is perfect. And I want you just to listen and, go up and clear out each chakra. I do it while I'm in the shower, and because I use my hands all the time to clear out energy, my hands will automatically just move to the places that they need to move to, which is really cool. It almost feels like somebody jumped into my body, and only from my hands down, it becomes light and airy, and all of a sudden, my hands like have their own motion and they're going. It's not me moving them. It's something, it's like this, I don't know how, they're not my hands. Like whenever I'm doing my session, it's literally like something else is just moving it all around, and I can go to each chakra and expand on each chakra and take a look at it. It's awesome. So if you're in the shower and you're going through your chakras, I always put my one hand out because I'm receiving information. I'm sending in the light into my body, and my other hand just moves automatically. Sometimes my sending hand will actually come to where my chakra needs more light, more energy into it. So let's say if I'm like having a messed up heart chakra day, which y'all, it happens, I'm human. If I come down, all of a sudden I feel like my heart is getting the majority of the energy, and then this one may be releasing energy. So you have a sending hand and a receiving hand. So my sending hand is usually my right hand, but my receiving hand of light is always my left. It always has been, always will be. So I'm going to show you how to use your, you gotta like open up and use your imagination. Hi Leah, a little bit more often. I'm going to get a pen. Oh, there we go. So is there somebody who I can read? Can somebody volunteer so I can go through your chakras and show you how this is done? Please. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I always do 8 that run through. All through here you have your